evening, everyone! Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, your YouTuber, sign off and imitator, never duplicate a superstar Tim Vicious, and gonna go over Raw this week. It was in my beloved hometown of Philadelphia. Can't really argue on that. Anytime they're in Philly, you know, I always love it. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I'm allowed to be in that sense, as far as town-wise. Either way, before we do, pet news over this news since last week's episode. Well, unfortunately, it feels like it's almost become a regular shtick on here, talking about the releases. They did another round of releases. This time, Road Dogg and William Regal. Which, when you let go of wrestling Jesus, that's, you know, no matter what, you could be the most cynical anti-WWE person out there, or you could be the most devout and loyal WWE fanboy in the entire universe. There is no way you can justify that. Now, I understand business-wise, they had to. Because, you know, being a publicly traded company, they're legally obligated to have costs in a certain way. And sometimes that happens, letting people go that you really like or need. Case in point, and this is a bit of a personal example right here. Before everything went to shit back in 2020, it was actually a few days before everything went into lockdown here in Pennsylvania. I was working at a metal factory, and boss said, "Hey, one of the hardest guys on the floor. We'd love to bring you on full time." All right, cool. Hey, great. Next thing you know, following day, hey, factory's going into lockdown. We're letting all temps go. Sorry, we got to let you go. So I went from being told I'm going to get put on full time to being let go. No different than with the WWE guys. And I'm not trying to justify it, but I'm saying there is reasoning. It sucks, you know, but it is what it is. It's reasoning, you know. It's like saying, like, having to get a tooth taken out. You don't like having to get the tooth taken out, but you got a reason for it. On to some more positive news. News broke as of today of this recording. Ring of Honor is coming back. Ring of Honor is rising from the grave. April 1st. Oh, so good to hear. God, I loved hearing that. I couldn't help but hear that. When I read that, all I could think is, honor lives. Thank the gods. On to shocking news that happened as well. On Friday, Charlotte Flair did a little segment where she was talking about the Women's Rumble. And one of the names that was announced that's going to be in it is, shockingly, and I say that in a very serious way, shockingly, Mickie fucking James. Yes, that's right. Mickie James, who is under contract with Impact and is their current reigning women's champion, is going to be at the WWE pay-per-view. So apparently, on how the conversation went down, according to the internet, and well, take what the internet and the rumors say with a grain of salt, but apparently Johnny Ace contacted them and said, well, she's under contract. Well, it's okay. New policy. Borders are open. Now, I'm all for it because it's the whole quote-unquote forbidden door, ooh, shit. But also, think of it like this. When Mickie James got fired, and yes, there was no other way around it, she got fired. She got her personal possessions handed to her, given to her in a trash bag. She openly outed the company on it, called Tony Khan, or not Tony Khan, I'm sorry, called Nick Khan Sopranos reject, and has not said one positive thing about the company since her release, basically, and is being welcomed back with open arms, like, hey, it's all water under the bridge. If anything, that's a testament to both sides, to both parties, saying Mickey is professional enough to say, you know what? They asked me, I'll do it for them. I'll do them this solid. And it's WWE in there being professional of, you know, listen, we fucked up, we're sorry, we want to let you have this. You know, and if you don't want to believe me on that being a testament of it, that the company really does let a lot of shit go and be water under the bridge, look at fucking Paul Heyman. Vince was about ready to kill him on their and then Paul got outed, was gone from obscurity and put into obscurity, no longer involved with WWE, and then brought back like nothing ever happened. So yeah, now that we're all done with that, that's all the big news that happened. Now let's switch gears, talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Well, it started out with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns coming out and Pat McAfee hitting the line of the night. COVID caught a case of Roman. Roman, he got the mic. I'm gone for 1 week and everything goes to hell. You know, I've been in isolation. While during that time, I've been thinking about the people I want to see and the people I don't want to see. And 2 people I don't want to see are Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Speak of the devil, you conjure them up, out comes Brock and Paul. Brock then goes, gets the mic, and God bless, I love this Brock. I love ponytail bearded Brock because he is more fun than any other Brock I have seen. He goes right to the point saying, what I want, title versus title, champ versus champ, you and me. Let's make this happen. Roman just looks at him. That's a good idea, but it's not yours. Now, I'm not going to do... This is my show. We do things my way. And I'm not going to deal with trash. Especially trash that works with Paul Heyman. Paul then goes and jumps in, tries to go and beg and plead. Why are you talking like this? Why? I love you. I love your family. I did this, and this. Brock jumps in. Paul, shut up. And then Paul continues to go more. I said, shut up. Then Roman, boom, pops a Superman punch and then walks off. He gets told later on by Adam Pearce that he's picked out his opponent for the Royal Rumble. We'll get to that in a minute, but before we do, the rest of the show, Rick Boogs had a match with Sami Zayn. Boogs won, however, God, that is such a lovely tagline. However, gotta work on making that a t-shirt. Then after the match, Johnny Knoxville, of all people, came out of nowhere, threw Sami Zayn over the top rope, and thus was then announced that Johnny Knoxville is going to be in the Royal Rumble. I want to say I'm a little annoyed on this, but keep in mind we had Drew Carey in the Rumble, okay? So, yeah, I can't argue. I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, at least Knoxville knows on how to take an ass whooping. But either way, mental note, next time I attend a WWE show, hop the barricade, throw somebody over the top rope, and then I qualify for the Royal Rumble. Have to remember that. Other big highlights from SmackDown, let's see. Charlotte had a Proving Grounds match with Naomi. Sonya Deville obviously came out, ran her bit, and Charlotte got the win. And yeah, listen, I get it. A lot of people are, oh, she's screwing Naomi over. Oh, they need to pay this off. Dude, it's called a build-up for, you know, and The internet fans want to complain all the time. WWE doesn't do long term. They don't do long term. They don't do long term. Well, guess what? This fucking story's long term and you're fucking complaining about it. Keep myself calm, cool, composed. I'm good now. But yeah. And so what else happened on the show? The Raiders went against Corbin and Moss. Corbin and Moss got the win. Prior to that, they were mocking Drew McIntyre, who's out on the injured list because he messed up his neck from day one, is H. Hopefully Drew's gets to come back soon, because I'm not going to lie. Like I said before, Drew needed to be taken out of the title chase for a little while. Well, guess what? It's been a little while, and I am all for him going after the gold now. Show ended with last match being New Day versus the Street Profits in a street fight for the SmackDown tag titles. Usos got the win, and then Roman sitting in his private locker room watching, gets a knock on the door. Who is it? Opens it, comes on in, sees. Next thing you know, it's Seth Rollins looking at him, then looking at the title, and that evil cackle of his laugh he has. Show ends. So yes, Seth is going against Roman at the Rumble. Now with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw starts out with the almighty Bobby Lashley, or not Bobby Lashley, I'm sorry, with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman talking about on how they love Philadelphia. They love Philadelphia. I will say this though. For the love of God, and this is coming from a Philly boy, can you guys please start making more references other than cheesesteaks and Broad Street? I mean, just, crying out loud. Just do something different. Talk about talk about fucking mummers. Talk about Two Street or something. Just, maybe it's the Philly in me and I feel like I hear that all the time and it feels like I'm just hearing the same old shit. But, think of it like this. A wrestling show is in your hometown and they're talking about the one thing that the town's known for over and over and over and over. And that's all you hear. You obviously want to hear them talk about something else, Like if they went to Cleveland and all they did was talk about on how the Browns suck or on how Christmas Story was filmed there. Something like that. But either way, Brock and Paul are out there. They're hyping up the match coming up with Brock, Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley then comes out. Lashley, his suit game was on point. I'm not even going to lie. My first thought when I saw it was like, God damn, did he raid Tom Brady's Super Bowl closet? Because he looked like Lashley's suit straight up looked like something that Tom Brady would wear walking into the Super Bowl. But either way, Bobby gets the mic. For 20 years, you've been ducking and dodging me. Now, I finally get you. And when I get you, I'm going to whoop that ass. Brock then looks at him. That's funny. That's clever. It's a nice suit. Hey, Paul. Knock, knock. Paul with the straightest face. I never thought I'm in the middle of a ring with Brock Lesnar in Philadelphia. I never thought I'd live to see a knock-knock joke come from him. Who's there? Bobby. Bobby who? Exactly! And then, then they little bit of a squabble back and forth verbally, and then Brock ended it with, you can't beat me because you are a Brock Lesnar wannabe. And a Brock Lesnar wannabe can't beat Brock Lesnar. Oh, hurt piece. So, with that said, and then that's all done. Afterwards, Lashley was then attacked by Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, who tried to talk to him before that to say, we should get the Hurt Business back together. And Bob was like, no, Hurt Business is done. Shoot flag, don't bother me. So now we go to the first match of the night. Riddle and Orton defending their Raw tag titles against the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis. And I say this all the time, and I hope I talk it into existence. One day we will get Chad Gable and Gable Stevenson in the ring, and it will be magic. And with that said, solid open with Riddle and Gable, man. Oh my god, it was solid grounding. Solid groundwork. Holy fuck, I could watch that kind of a match all damn day. Well, with them two anyway, going at it. It was damn good opening. Riddle wound up becoming the punching bag. Randy at one point got the hot tag in. Started doing good. Started to get on Gable. Was actually kind of clever on how he would go to Otis, because when he went to go and set Gable up for the draping DDT, he went to climb up onto the apron to get him. Randy then, boom, dropped him onto the rope. Dropped his face onto the rope to get him off. Clever. No, you can't beat the big guy on one-on-one with power games, so work around it. I mean, Randy was a jarhead after all. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Match came to an end though when Randy threw Gable into his corner, and when he did, went over and did a blind tag onto Otis. Nobody saw the blind tag except the ref. Then Randy got Gable, went to go throw him again. Gable reversed it, threw him into Otis. Otis caught him. Boom, dropped him down. Slam, 1, 2, 3. That is it, your winners and new WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, the Alpha Academy. Next up, we got trios action. The Street Profits and Damian Priest going against Roode, Ziggler, and Apollo Crews. And as far as it was a good opening. It was good opening with the faces leading into the break. Post break, Ford was the punching bag. Dawkins got the hot tag in. Priest, I will say, he was opening the match. It was good opening action. It was a decent match. I dug it. It was okay, but it was more of a filler kind of a match. I'm not even going to lie. Match came to an end when Ziggler wound up hitting the zigzag onto Dawkins. Got the 1, 2, 3. So, yeah. Next up, we got Seth Rollins going against Big E. And this came to be because Seth was speaking before the match, talking about on how he got his title shot against Roman, not because he had not because he had a special counsel, or because he had an advocate, but because he did his own work. And he talked to WWE management. He didn't get hit, made perfect sense. Then out came Big E. Big E said, I got one thing and one thing on my mind, and that is I am going to win the Royal Rumble, so that way I can then become champion again, and I am going to take that world championship off of you. At Seth, so Big E taking a page out of Babe Ruth, calling his shot, and then Seth like, no, you can't take me, man. You can't beat me. And then Big E just looking at him, well, how about we put that to a test? We have a match right here, right now, and here we go. Nice back and forth on this. Really dug it. Big E at the start. Big E, he was kind of leading the pace. And I'm not going to lie. I don't know why, but when I was watching this match, I was getting old school NXT vibes with them, like with their NXT title match, where Big E won the NXT title off of him. I was getting vibes like that off of it. I mean, I know obviously it was two different matches and they've changed both have changed dramatically since then, but I just got that kind of a vibe and feel from it watching that. Maybe it's me. But, yeah. It was a damn good match. I liked it. If I had to complain about one thing, it's that God, they were overdoing it with emphasizing on how now Seth's name is Seth freaking... Okay, we get it. Freaking is his middle name. I honestly thought it would have been Marianne or Sue. But no, apparently on his birth certificate, it's Seth freaking Rollins. Who knew? Okay, so now we know his middle name's freaking. Can we get over it? Match came to an end when Seth wound up hitting a curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. So yeah. Next up, we got Omos going against a jobber, and yeah, listen, this was not pretty. Omos murked the guy, and hands down, the funniest part was when the guy was down on the ground, and all I could think is, just lay there and play dead. Honest to God, for your own health, play dead. Omos had his foot on the guy's ankle, and you could see the guy crawling, trying to get out, and he just couldn't move, and all I could think is, you know, I'm pretty sure some parent out there has done that to their kid at some point or another, like, yeah, you ain't getting out of this, ass whooping, son. Sorry. Care to guess who won that match between Omos, the 7-foot, 400-plus-pound Goliath, against the little, like, maybe 5'10", 100-something pound jobber? Do I have to say who won that? No. Next matchup, we got AJ Styles going against Austin Theory, and this was damn good. I really liked this. AJ, he was leading at the opening. Austin picked up the pace and was starting to into the break. We got some nice back and forth post-break, and I dug the shit out of this match. It was really good. It had a nice pace and a nice flow. It ended earlier than what I would have liked, but match ended in a DQ in AJ's favor. He had Theory sized up. He was getting ready to go for the phenomenal form. Then next thing you know, Grayson Waller from NXT came down, popped AJ off of the apron, clocked him, so yeah, ref threw the match out. For those who may not be watching NXT, because, okay, I get it. NXT is developmental. No matter how you slice it, it still is developmental. And some people may like watching developmental, some may not. That's all well and good. That's your call on what you want to watch. But Grayson Waller, he's on NXT. He's been feuding with AJ for the past 2 to 3 weeks, want to say. And yeah, they got a match coming up on NXT this Tuesday coming up. So that was the build-up for it. So now we come to main event of the night. Triple threat women's match. Winner faces Becky Lynch for the coveted Raw Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Doudrop. Becky Lynch ringside doing commentary. Hands down, absolutely loved on how she kept shutting down Byron Saxton, because, don't get me wrong, if I met Byron out in real life, I'm pretty sure I'd want to hang out with the dude. He seems cool and okay and all, but my God, he is way too much of a squeaky clean baby face on the commentary booth, and it's just like that dude you just want to tell him, dude, shut up. But either way, as far as the match went, solid match where all 3 girls got to shine in a really good way, you know, and it was, I dug it. It was really good, you know. It was, at one point, you saw Doudrop take down Liv, and as she's going for the cover, Bianca wound up doing a 450, landing on the Doudrop before the ref could even hit, right as the ref hit 1. Like, okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Good shit right there, pal. It was a damn good show. It was a damn good show, damn good match. How the match came to an end, Bianca, she was picking up the pace, looking like she was about to get the win, hit the KOD on the Liv. went to go for the cover. Becky Lynch then stepped in, was like, oh, no. Started running her mouth, throwing some shots at Bianca. And then they did a run around the ring once or twice, and then they started to scrap out there. And as they're scrapping out there, Doudrop then gets Liv Morgan over into the corner, sizes her up, boom, hits a Vader bomb on her. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new #1 contender, Doudrop. So, I'm personally happy for this because, listen, nothing against Bianca. Would love to see her in the title contendership again. Personally, I think it would be good if it was possible Rumble. I don't think she's going to win the Rumble. I'll get to my prediction for the Rumble in a second. But maybe not Rumble. I wouldn't mind Rumble, but I don't see her winning Rumble. I should phrase it like that. Liv Morgan, more than likely, I see winning the Rumble and then challenging for the title at Mania to get the big grand stage payoff. Doudrop, I see being... How do we say this the right way? Being the filler, fluffer, the go-between from now until Mania, basically. So, yeah. So, folks, that is it for this week's show. So, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure you also make sure you check out his music. It's out there on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down below. And thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Kenny Killer, DSB_RV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, and Dubs in your face. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.